Well, welcome in everybody to round one of the Porsche Carrera Cup, brought to you by Virtual Racing Aotearoa. And tonight we are live from Barcelona for two races, one 15-lap race and a 20-lap race. Of course, the second race we will have a compulsory pit stop thrown in the mix, and drivers will need to take fuel, so something I look forward to throughout the night. But joining me in the comms box tonight, back to Monday night series, it is Corey Kitchen. Corey, welcome in.
G'day, yeah. Porsche Cup back again on a Monday night. 'Cause more fitting than coming here to Barcelona and throwing 40 of these things around. What do you reckon?
Yeah, too right. You mentioned 40 cars in the house, man. What a turnout for round one. Just let me know in the chat if our levels are about right. I think I might need to turn myself down. But, mate, 40 cars I had earlier counted. Looks like that's what we're going to get if everyone stays in the server. So, no doubt a busy racetrack ahead tonight. Just trying to pick up someone still out there. Josh Mertens. And when I was going back through the seasons so far at Virtual Racing Aotearoa, Corey and, of course, Josh Banks took out that inaugural championship last year, and then went back to back in the first series this year. And then, of course, Corey Lazarus, who is not in the field tonight, took out season number 2. So, what are we going to see this season, Corey? Possibly a new champion in the mix?
Yeah, it could be a new champion. And how good are those stats, though? Because, as you know, I'm a sucker for stats. So I've done nothing but stare at those since Xavier put them in that chat. And just something I'll start with is Josh Banks. So he's 1-2. So he's had 34 starts. And Corey Lazarus, 27 starts. But Reece Tamanui is leading the way with the most starts, and we got him in here.
Just
He's a regular, but no, he doesn't seem to be in here. I haven't seen his name tonight either.
Yeah, no, I can't see him in that lineup. Just looking through it quickly. But I did notice that too. What is he up to? 39 starts or something, was it?
Yeah, 37 starts
37.
for Reece Tamanui. Yeah. Josh Banks, 34. Dan Patrick, 30. Mackenzie Stewart, 29. Murray Howell, 29. Yeah, so there's a few names in there that are not in here, well, they're really low down in the list. Most wins, Corey Lazarus with 13. Josh Banks, 12 wins.
That's Luke Swan on screen. Currently sits P6 in the race. Well, in qualifying, sorry. Getting ahead of myself there. Just fucking through this order. Looks like a couple of cars possibly have left the circuit. Corey? Not sure if these guys...
A couple.
Jaco Venter and Chris Elson doing some disappearing acts out there. So we pick up Shannon Fever. Just over a minute to go now in qualifying as we start preparations for the first race for Season 3. And I tell you what, that guy that we normally see up towards the top of the charts on a Tuesday night come to have a run in these Porsches and sits at the top of the timing charts currently. And that is Ewan Baker. I have a feeling he was saying a couple of Tuesdays ago that he hasn't really had a run in these cars. So he's either put in a whole lot of practice.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's got the Hyperfiber League coming up, which these cars are in. So I'd say, yeah, a lot of people will be using this series to get a feel for the car. Maybe a good idea, but I don't know about jumping on a track with 40 cars and, yeah, well,
get amongst it, mate. Be a
It's
good
going to get
time.
spicy really real soon.
I'll tell you what, that is going to bring an end to qualifying, and Luke Swan jumps up into the third position with that last ditch effort there from him. So without further ado, I have no idea how far we're going to get through this this grid for tonight. I'll try and pick up where they are starting. So these going to be standing starts, Corey?
Yes, yep, standing start.
Okay, we're going to probably possibly get through about maybe the top 20.
What, you want to go two each?
Yeah, alright, I'll go one. So out of row one, we are going to see Ewan Baker lining up next to Stefan McCartan.
Row two, Luke Swan, Xavier Simmons.
Out of row number three, it'll be Connor Brodie and Brendan Partridge.
Row number four, Hamish Cleland and Brady Stanley.
Out of row five, we'll see Josh Mertens and Scott Hasler.
Row number six, Corey Crossan, good name, Graham Smith.
Row number seven, it'll be Nico Cordia and Hayden Guptill.
We got the row, but Dan Patrick and Devin Stowe.
Out of row number nine, it'll be Paul McKenzie and Ayrton Smith.
Row number 10, Craig Brock and Ali Gardner.
Out of row number
Right
11, it will be Michael Kemp and Caleb Beecroft. And Kemp.
Row number 12 was Brendan Fever, Dan Woodell.
Out of row 13, it's going to be Hammy Stein lining up next to Cale James.
Row 14, Ross Buchan, Ben Gorringe.
Out of row 15, we'll see Daniel Hole and Mark Cochran. And it looks
Row
like we're
number
going to go
16,
racing.
Phineas Benter and Tim Altheus. Althus?
That's all we're going to have time for as we're about to go racing underway. Race number one of the season, and a start there from Ewan Baker.
Ali Gardner straight onto the grass there off the grid. Bit of a push.
Oh, how good is this? 3, 4 wide already. The field. Can we get through safely? Oh, they're fanned out everywhere.
Yeah, there's plenty of room on the side there at this track.
How good
until
is
you hit a
this?
wall.
I'll tell you what, we'll get our graphics up for you. But it is Luke Swan who has got out to the front.
We got 3 off in the
that looked like Xavier Simmons, Partridge.
4 or 5 cars off in there now. That same little spot there in the gravel. And they're still going off.
Oh boy, so a few cars having some early moments. We'll stay live for now.
Stan Waddell and Hammy Stein getting together too. Probably a little bit of a poor rejoin.
Oh, I've got cars going off everywhere coming up in front of me, so looks like we could have a little bit to go through. Of course, 15 laps the distance. And Swan off to a great start here. Stefan McCartan, though, chasing him down. Ewan Baker sits back in third. Go back to the 41 of Hamish Cleland. Then you see these fast lane guys having a bit of a battle out there. Brady Stanley and Josh Mertens currently sit 5th and 6th. So you mentioned that Hyperfiber League. No game sounds, okay. That'll be my bad. Should be good now. Yeah, you're making some noises there, Corey.
Yeah, just up again, mate.
Gotta love it. So, it's, by the sounds, we got cars down pit road already. Oh, buzzer going off on the air there. Vroom. Sorry about that. Well, normally one thing I forget to unmute, at least it wasn't me or Corey, and you could actually hear us.
Everything's sort of settled down now, Brad, into the single file and chasing each other.
Get rid of that
wait for that chance to make you move. But we did get what we wanted, Brad. We've got a few groups of cars close together.
Yeah, that's always a good thing, isn't it? It's going to make the call a little bit easier. Should we go back and see if we can pick up some of these earlier moments?
Oh, unpacking the start sounds like a good place to go.
So we'll get up the Sim Black, Sim Magic instant replay. Looks like Simmons is going to be one of the first ones we check out here. Oh, you see them just put a contact on the entry. Looks like Connor Brody involved as well.
Yeah, there was more went on behind that as well. You'll see that as this plays through.
Let's see what's happened here to Eden Smith. Will change camera angles. So he's run wide as well. Oh, and is that Mackenzie? Oh, yeah, that was close from Mackenzie. He's done well to keep it out of the wall, to be fair.
Yeah, enough gravel there to hold them up, of course, with the new physics in iRacing.
Oh, and here goes Sam with Dow. So it looked like he got a touch from behind there. And then Hammy Stein run a bit wide. Oh no, he just locked it up on entry, in fact. So mistake there from Waddell. I'll tell you what, it's still going off out there.
That was that rejoin I was talking about.
And there's Graham Smythe looping it up. Keeps it going again. Nice job there. Oh, the 95 gets a big shunt from behind and turned. So that is going to be about us up to date with the early incidents. Go Brady and Josh in the chat there. Get back to the live race. McCartan now into the lead and stretching it out front to Baker. Putting a bit of pressure on Luke Swan back here for second and third. Throwing Cleveland as well. So as predicted, Corey, a busy start to the race. But things possibly starting to settle down out there now.
Good battle. Jack Gronwald, how many positions have you got him up?
I will bring that up for you right now. We'll check out the biggest movers. I got him up 30 positions.
I was just checking that my SDK data was right, and it is.
Jack Gronwald has gone 30 positions in 3 laps. I guess a lot of cars fell by the wayside, but that is still a huge effort considering the next closest are about 13 positions. So, Groenwald.
As he started off the back, just about, well, he's pretty much way back there.
Yeah, he has. Started out at grid 40. That's that's a good effort. That's a good way to start a race, I guess. But this battle looks like Baker now has got into second place.
Josh Mertens with the fastest lap of the race, out of fifth. So he's up 4 spots, 146.3.
Yeah, 5th spot for Mertens, yeah. Can you confer that sound is coming across all good? Matt, the voice levels? I don't know why, but you sound a bit quiet in my ear tonight, Corey.
Oh, I might be just talking quieter. I don't know.
Either way,
I'm not too. I haven't had a Red Bull, so I'm just not excited.
Haven't got your wings yet, eh? Check out some of these passes happening back through the field here. Brendan Partridge just gets it done on Shannon Fever. Eyes forward for him now, up into 16th. Fairly certain he's one of your big movers in the field. Not quite on my screen just yet.
Brendan Partridge, he's actually down 10 spots.
Shit, is it?
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
Well,
making his way back through those through the field.
You're just ahead of him. You've got Cale James and Ross Buchan. Ross Buchan's up 13, Cale James up 11.
So Cale James, seen him in a few of this different series now. Currently sits P15. passing going on back through the field. Connor Brodie involved in those earlier altercations. He'd be one of the biggest droppers in the field, wouldn't he? Currently sits P35.
Oh, I have to scroll down.
And that one performance, Blackout Racing. Or
Who
Blackout
was that?
One Performance Racing.
Oh, Connor Brodie.
Yeah.
Down 26 I've got him, so it doesn't look like... Is he circulating?
Yep,
He is.
he's out on the circuit at the moment, currently in 34th. You see back here, David Simons. Just lets the... is it Ellie Gardner? Yes, it is.
So how cool. Like, we don't come across... I'm guessing Ali is a female, so pretty cool to have a female out there amongst all these guys.
Yeah, it certainly is.
We need more of them, more female sim races.
Yeah, Devon Stove, he said in the chat earlier to us that we definitely didn't have to worry about interviewing him tonight, and at this current point of the race, he's not wrong. Currently sits down in P36.
Yep, well, Devon probably doesn't have a lot of experience in this car. He's only driven it 9 times according to the stats.
Oh, there you go. Must be too busy officiating the races.
Yeah, well, that's a good excuse to have, isn't it?
Yeah, tell you right, as Ewan Baker sets the quickest lap of the race, 1:45.946. That sort of pace, it's not going to be too long before he actually gets to the back of McCartan, although currently has Luke Swan applying the pressure in behind him. Looking for a way past here. So things definitely settled down out there now. I haven't had a incident for a little bit. Michael Kemp being the last one. We'll go back and see what's unfolded for Kempy. We just saw him sitting down pit lane. So he won't be too happy coming unstuck in the early stages of this race. And it's all by himself too, just gets it a bit sideways and somehow kept it out of the other cars. Does a great job actually. As I say, no, and there's contact. So that will be heavy damage. And I'm going to say that that's Cochrane that collects him here. Nowhere to go for him.
These cars, they don't really take a hit very well.
And it's just, yeah. It's no good.
No, there's no avoiding that.
Not wrong, we go back. Alive now. It looks like Ewan Baker's actually managed to get away from Swan a little bit, so possibly a error from Swan, Ellie's partner here. She's in fact one very epic woman. Love watching her race. More female races would be awesome. Absolutely, definitely would.
Yeah, get on board.
So just watching this battle out front at the moment.
Yeah, Ewan was faster last lap by to 1:45.7 with to 1:46 lap for Stefan. So he's on the chase.
Tell you what we'll
We're
do.
over halfway for the race now. So only 15 laps. We're going to get out of the first one.
Is that a timed race?
Yeah, 30 minutes or 15 laps.
Okay, so we see the comparisons here up on your screen now between McCartan and Baker. See how much time Baker's just edging out of him each sector at the moment. So McCartan manages just build that lead just ever slightly again.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the difference this time round.
So we've got
Does look like Ewan's got a little bit closer.
Yeah, just ever so slightly. Bit by bit. So he's got about 15 odd minutes, 17 and a half minutes left of the race. They should get the laps in, shouldn't they?
I think so, yeah. be fairly close.
7 laps to go here at Barcelona.
A little bit faster, Ewan, that last time round of 1:45.8.
Yeah,
That was the
nothing in it.
fastest lap of the race.
Absolutely nothing in it. And we check Groenewald here under a bit of pressure now from Hayden Guptill by the looks. We're going to see Coke and Tools car look for Groenewald. Well, the guy that we're used to seeing in the NASCARs in the field tonight, Corey Crossan. Currently sits at P9. Making a move here on Dan Patrick by the looks. Get himself into 8th. Does that. So under a second now for Baker. Can he catch the leader with time running out?
Yeah,
Welcome
definitely something to keep watching.
That battle behind too. Hamish Cleland now got past Luke Swan. So Swan's fallen back a couple here in the opening race. But that gap, you can still see it decreasing bit by bit here for Ewan Baker. Looking to get to the back of race leader. Stefan McCartan, now just 0.6 in it. Be a bit of a draft effect down this long straight, wouldn't there?
Yeah, it'd be a small draft, I'd say.
So he closes in, half a second in it now. Baker trying to get to the back of race leader Stefan McCartan. Right on board.
Yeah, probably the best view in the house.
Yeah, it's definitely a sight riding on board. One of the best in the business, Ewan Baker.
He seems to be gaining his time under brakes, doesn't he? Coming right up on him. Oh, through the corner.
Just going to sit back and admire that from Baker. Down at 0.4 now, the gap.
Yeah, I would have been in the fence.
Yeah, absolutely. A long time ago, I would have been with Michael Kemp down pit lane, to be fair.
Yep, turn 1, lap 1 would have been it.
And Kempy didn't even come in to fill us in. It looks like he's back out on track now by the looks. Down in 36th position.
Oh, and an invert top 10 too.
Ooh, for race 2?
Yeah, so 10th position, which is Jack Brownwell, up 30 positions to 10th and potentially off the pole, currently sitting on the cusp anyway.
Yeah, and from my understanding, Corey, obviously the cars are going to have a fuel limit in them, so that compulsory pit stop is going to see fuel put into the cars so they actually can make the distance. So see there, McCartan just cutting that corner. It's a couple of wheels up off the ground. And Baker now. Nothing in it.
No, 5 laps to go.
What's our time like?
No, we're only going to get a couple of laps more, and I think.
So 13 minutes to go in the race. They should get this done easy.
Oh, right, yeah, they will too.
So just 5 laps left. For race leader, can he hold Baker out? We're just stuck on this battle at the moment. As the race draws closer to a finish, the first race for the season. And well, that top 10 invert you mentioned, Corey, that is certainly going to spice things up as well. And I guess with these cars, surely these cars can run in the rain? Or is that not done for them yet?
I think it is actually, but yeah, I haven't had any talk about it. Haven't heard any weather warnings coming out.
Nah, I'll definitely support some rain at some stage of the series. I love it up here in the comms box.
More lid skids.
Yeah, tell you right. There's been a moment since we've had a lid skid on screen, that's for sure.
Hayden Guptill now into 10th, so he's gotten past Jack Gronholm.
Yeah, that was so that's not really where you want to be, is it? In 11th, you just miss out on that invert.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you can come forward 30 positions, surely you can climb up 10 in the next one. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on him. But for now, Baker again. Right on the rear bumper now of the race leader. I guess one thing catching, it's going to be another passing.
Yeah, finding a way by. You're right. They're pretty evenly matched, these two. There's nothing in it.
Last time by, what did we have? We had 145.827 for McCartan and a 145.909 for Baker. Luke Swan, also in the 9s, 145.953. And Hamish Cleland, a 148. Possibly a error out on the track for Cleland.
Yeah, well, if you were watching our TCR series, there's one thing I noticed about you and Baker, and that was his consistency. So his laps that he's completed within this race are all within under a second of each other.
Yeah, it's crazy, eh? Mr. Consistent. You and Baker.
So they're coming up on a couple of lap cars here now, where they will be lapped. Could be Ben Gorringe and David Simmons up in front of them.
So far in this race, Corey, looks like we've got 2 cars out. It's like Connor Brody's retired from the race. Or is he still out there? Try and work that one out.
Yeah, no, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, Ewan on the bumper now. Looking for a way past. And lap traffic. Oh, it's a well done there from, I believe that is Simons, David Simons. Wants nothing to do with this battle. Ben Gorringe next in line. No doubt he won't want anything to do with it either. McCartan's doing a great job at the moment though, keeping Baker behind him. Lap traffic out of the way again. Great job from those guys. This battle out front carries on. For Baker, try and get in a bit of that draft. Oh, it's a good run there from McCartan off that corner. Just looking back through the field, fairly well spread out at the moment, Corey. Doesn't look too many battles going on.
No, but if you jump to the next car in front of these two is Daniel Turner. Yes, so he's a regular Supercars NZ. Now you notice on the car's got sim ability. Yes. So he's a paraplegic. So he's actually racing on hand controls on his steering wheel for the accelerator and brake. So he's using his hands for steering, gears, and braking and accelerating.
Any chance he lives in Pukekohe?
Yeah, I think he does actually.
Yes, I believe Big Pop knows that man. I think he's done a few of the earlier series that we used to run and Mr. Luke Hunter used to run.
Yeah, no, I've gotten to talk to him and Christian Jenkins, right off Jenkins, quite a bit.
Yes.
always loved sim ability stuff, you know, and just showing that these guys, even without the use of their legs, are out there competing, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah,
And,
too right.
yeah, it don't show any limits. Just get into it, get it done.
Yeah, too right. It's this battle for the lead. Really starting to spice up now. Baker, absolutely nothing in it. Plenty of pressure being applied to the back of the 51. That's a great race number.
Everyone wants that number, don't they?
Yeah.
Not me.
Stefan.
I'll take 6.
6. That your number?
That's my number.
Baker has a look here. Going into 1. Says no. Only 2 to go in this one. And look at this. A battle on. Oh, has a look.
He's not going to get round the outside. I think up here might have been his best chance if he'd stayed in and trying to get on the inside here and at this next corner.
That looked close to almost turning to disaster there. Very close to a bit of contact. There's McCartan still leading the way. Managing to keep that 34 of Baker behind him. What do you think these tyres are feeling like right now, Corey?
Yeah, I was wondering that. I'd like to ask the race winner when we do manage to talk to him. Paris tyres felt. It's only been 15 lap. It's only 15 lap race. You'd expect them to last a little bit longer than that.
You're too right. There's McCartan still just holding out Baker. Luke Swan looks like he's got that third spot sewn up for now. Just over a second in front of Hamish Cleland. And Brady Stanley still sits in 5th. Mertens in 6th. Doing a good job.
Grunwald's got himself back into 10th. There's a bit of a battle going on there though, from 8th to 10th. Dan Patrick, Nico Cordia and Jack Grunwald.
Here goes Baker again. Has a look this time. And again, doesn't have an answer for him just yet. Baker looking. Oh, absolutely nothing in it. He's going to get a run up the inside possibly here. Good run out of that corner. Has a look up the inside. He's going to get it done, is he, Baker? Move for the lead. Drive from McCartan. Again holds him out. And that possibly could be the last shot for Baker.
Yeah, the only other chance is going to be a good run out of that last corner.
What a battle this has been between Baker and McCartan. Baker throwing everything at it in the closing stages of the final lap. Has he got anything for him here? Just biding his time. He's been pretty patient, to be fair. McCartan, though, he's answered every shot fired so far. Is he going to seal the deal here at Barcelona, race 1 of the Porsche Carrera Cup for season 3? McCartan.
Yeah, that gap's opened up a little bit there.
And he's going to get it done here, surely. McCartan seals the deal. Gets it done in race 1 from Baker. Swan brings it home 3rd from Cleland. Brady Stanley, top 5 finish for him. You go back to Mertens in 6th. Corey Crossan comes home 7th. Patrick 8th, Cordia 9th, and Jack Rowanwald. He's going to start off the front row in race number 2. And showed plenty of pace in the early stages of that one. So will be one to watch.
Oh, look at that, it's 9 o'clock.
Perfect timing, eh? We'll get the results up on screen for you. McCartan, of course, gets it done. What a finish, though, between him and Ewan Baker. Nothing in it down to the line. Jack Groenewald home in 10th, of course, starts out of P1 for the next race. Hayden Guptill home 11th, Hasler 12th, Partridge and Xavier Simmons, after taking a bit of a run wide in the early stages of race 1, gets himself back up to 14th. Good recovery job. And just quickly run through the rest of this finishing order, I should say. Devon Stove home in 30th, safe from an interview for now. And rounding out your field, Connor Brody, 8 laps down. Kempe brought it home in 36th. 40 cars, busy track out there.
Yeah, looks like maybe 3 of them didn't make it home.
Yeah. So a bit of a warm-up now. Let's see if anyone is waiting in the wings. Michael Kemp. We'll drag this guy on for a quick chat.
He's always up for a chat.
Always in for a chat. Mr. Kemp, mate, look like a bit of a self-spin from yourself in that one, and then a bit of contact from traffic trying to come through, and a stricken 98 in the middle of the track, mate. Pretty much bring an end to your race, your charge.
Oh, just stupid dumb fuckery on my behalf. Really, that's all it came down to. Just pushing too hard, a bit frustrated after missing the start. And,
you didn't want to say it like that.
fucking, yeah, stood on my dick, as I'd say.
Yeah, fair call.
It's the only way I can put it.
Yeah, that's fair. And it made it look like you almost caused a bit of a catastrophe, to be fair. A couple of drivers just missed you when you backed back out onto the track. So one obviously nowhere to go and went for a ride into you. But, mate, still 36 and you finished the race. So obviously you're going to start out of 36 in the next one. But maybe...
I think I was up to like 24th or something when I fucking stood on my dick and spun it up. So I come through the field somewhat, but just rookie. Just the normal shit, eh?
Just a rookie effort, you reckon?
Just the rookie effort, just same thing, week in, week out, just stupid cunt, eh?
So still another race without a lid skid, though, for us, so a little disappointed.
Oh, well, I tried. I gave it a good shot for fellas, but I couldn't even get that blue fella to do a lid skid for you, and I parked in the middle of the track for him, so...
If anything,
like,
he should
if
have
that
gone
wasn't going to
flying.
happen, it was never going to happen.
Oh, well.
Next time, I think you need to be facing him, so he's got a bit of a ramp.
I might try that next time. I'll take that on board, and yeah, I'll line it up. I'll just reverse spin, Fast and the Furious shit, gear 56 or whatever they have on their gearbox, and just hit it.
Yeah, 56R too, so that's 56 reverse.
Oh, how
Yeah,
good.
nah. See how the second one goes. I've got all right pace. It's just rookie mistakes.
Just trying to put a whole race together, eh? Different story.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
Of course, a longer race in the next one, Kempe, and a compulsory pit stop, mate. I know that you guys are going to have to stop regardless for fuel, so sort of a strategy for that one yet, or?
See how it plays out. Really, ideally, I'd like to come in mid-race, just over midway, so that it's a bit of a sprint to the end, splash and dash and fuel to get to the end, and that'd be it. But if I'm starting off the back, then shit, anything can happen turn one or within the first 5-10 laps of the race. So that'd be my goal. But yeah, that doesn't always go to plan when I'm behind the wheel.
Yeah,
I think you're probably in one of the safest places to be for this race. At the back at the start, let everybody go off and then find yourself in a nice rhythm and bring it home.
What was the start of that first one like? Because obviously I started at a pit lane, and yeah, everyone was already at turn one by the time I got there, but I made up a few spots.
Kempe, I don't want to be rude, mate, but Stefan race winner is waiting in the chat below, so we're going to have to abandon the
Sweet. Go
strip.
talk
Yeah.
to the experts and leave the fucking rookies to do their own dumb shit.
Yeah, we might catch you
Yeah.
after this one. See how you go. Good luck for
Sweet.
the race, Kempy.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers.
Good luck, mate.
Cheers.
Here we go. Corey, you can take this away, mate. I'll drag Stefan
Alright.
in here. Well, I'll try. There we go.
And Stefan McCartan taking out race 1, narrow victory over Ewan Baker. How was that holding on, mate?
Yeah, it was nervous, to be honest. I haven't been in this car for over a year now, so relearning a whole new car. And no, Ewan was obviously class act, and it was good racing.
And how were your tyres just after a 15-lap race?
They're not too bad. I sort of had a couple of laps there. I was sliding them a little bit too much and overheated, and they sort of lost half a second. But they sort of came right at the end, and if you sort of short shift and look after the rears a bit more, it just keeps it your longer race paces better. So no, they weren't too bad.
That was definitely good watching for us, watching you battle with Ewan there over the last sort of few laps. He got a little bit closer and closer each lap until he was on your bumper. Was there any point where you thought he might have had you?
Sort of last lap in that first sector when he made a move. I know if you hold the outside, you sort of have the inside for the next corner. So I just sort of held that and sort of see what would happen. But I don't think he ever had the outright pace to sort of make the move. It's all about the toe, and I was decent under brakes, so I was pretty comfortable.
Nice. Anyone you want to shout out before you go and jump on the grid?
Yeah, just out of Blackout Electrical Solutions, Simrigs, obviously VRA, and you boys for putting it on in the stream, and DSM Painting and Decorating.
Awesome. Well, good luck for this one, starting out of P10, Stefan McCartan.
Cheers, boys.
All right, Corey, we'll get this grid as far as we can get into it. Out of row 1, it's going to be Jack Groenwald with Nico Cordia to his outside.
Row 2, Dan Patrick and Corey Crossan.
We go back to row number 3, Josh Mertens and Brady Stanley.
Row number 4, Hamish Cleland, Luke Swan.
Out of row number 5, it is going to be Ewan Baker and Stefan McCartan. I tell you what, that's all we're going to have time for. We're going to be racing in a moment. There we go, underway. And just like that, oh, that looked like an absolute mare of a start there. Oh, has someone gone off already? Yeah, Kempy into the fence, early stages. Oh, not what he would have been wanting. As the field get through turns 1 and 2, and what a sight it is. Porsche's absolutely everywhere.
As far as the eye can see.
So to tell you what, Luke Swan has had a great start out to the race lead here in race number 2.
Yeah, up 7 spots. That is an absolute cracker of a start. Stefan McCartan up 6 spots into P4. Just in a bit of a battle with Corey Crossan here.
Great side-by-side racing there. There we go. We fixed that line up on my screen. It was a bit haywire for a moment. But we're back. These guys going at it early stages. Hamish Cleland runs a bit wide. I believe that was Cleland. Dan Patrick pick up these other guys. Ewan Baker has made his way to 5th already. And McCartan up to 3rd already. What a start from the 51.
Yeah, great first lap from Stefan McCartan. Notable mentions through the field though. Ali Gardner up 11 spots in his first lap. Caleb Beecroft up 9.
There's plenty of moving in the early stages out there. Pick up Ali Gardner. Has the 18 of Sam Waddell right behind her. She has Hammy Stein in front. Looking for a pass here on Hammy Stein. So on the move early in race number 2. Caleb Beecroft. Just saw his name flash up on my screen. All sorts of things going on at the moment. Out there as expected in the early stages of race number 2. And interesting to hear, tyre wear not too bad, so possibly would you put fresh tyres on in your stock, Corey, or would you just get the fuel you need and carry on?
Yeah, get the fuel and get out. Like Stefan said, like if you put them under a bit of a pressure and they get hot, then they can be a bit of a handful, but they should be all good. Yeah, let's just bust out 20 laps, no worries. It's only 5 more than the first race.
Yeah, too right. As we see here, Xavier Simmons in the 314, a new number for him. Oh, who's that around in the background? Sam Waddell has had a bit of a moment out there. I'll tell you what, we need to see what unfolded for Michael Kemp off that start line, Corey.
There's a couple of guys there that have lost a bit of ground, so it'd be worthy of checking out what happened on the Simplex Magic replay.
I believe this is going to be the first one of the race. We saw Kempy stricken in the fence. Oh, and he's just got on the grass and lost control from there.
Nothing doing there.
No. Paul McKenzie here, he's had a moment. You see him locking up in that 36. Oh, a bit of contact, turns it round. And well, the field, I was going to say, done a brilliant job to avoid him, but just gets collected at the end. Craig Brock here. Oh, dives.
Sandwich.
Didn't quite pick who that was that dove up his inside there. It's going to be Finus in the 707, it is. Hayden Guptill looks like he's had a moment out there. We'll try and pick this up. Oh, nice little reverse spin there. Gets sent into the kiddie litter. Oh, I'll tell you what, from there it looks like multiple car incident. Stan Hole. Bit of contact there with Beecroft, I believe, and Murray Hole as well. And the latest incident out there, Simons. Simons. So that's all unfolded for a few drivers. Early stages of race number 2. We'll get back live. Luke Swan still your race leader from Groenewald, who at the moment is under pressure from McCartan.
Yeah, fastest lap of the race last time around for Stefan McCartan too, with a 1:46.31.
So a good start to the series. Looking like it could be an exceptional start to the series for McCartan here. Looking for a way past the 48 of Groenewald here.
Yeah, already up 7 spots, Stefan. And Luke Swan also up 7 spots in the fastest lap of the race there for Luke Swan at 1:45.76 now. So the guys, I don't think they got into the 1:45s, did they, last race?
Yep, they
did.
Definitely did. Certainly did. Corey Crossan doing a good job out there in P5 at the moment, at number 15. And looks like we had 39 cars start this race. Corey, Paul McKenzie in early retirement. Oh, Hasler and Partridge.
Yeah.
So Partridge looks like they made a bit of contact there. Can he get back on track safely? Loses several positions. Brady Stanley's lost a few since the start of the race, hasn't he? I'm pretty sure he started up around 3rd row. Currently sits down in P16. And McCartan looks like he has got that pass done for the 2nd place. And it'll be eyes forward, see if he can catch current race leader Luke Swan.
Yeah, Luke's flying at the moment. Just put that fastest lap of the race last time round. It's over half a second faster than Stefan. But a bit of clear air for Stefan here. Might see him boost up a little bit. Jack Groundhold is not letting go here.
Nah, he is fighting for this one. And is he going to get back into second here? Yes, he is too. Gets the pass done on the 51. Moves back into second place. And wow, Baker now. Getting himself into the show. He's going to put some pressure on McCartan, no doubt. Look for a way past. The early stages here. Looks like a big battle pack going on back here. Cars swapping around positions. Connor Brodie, he would be up there as one of your biggest movers in this one, surely. There, 22 positions. Graham Smythe up 24. Currently sits P14.
Yeah, Connor Brodie's also a big mover up into 17th, up 23.
Yeah, that is massive. Ellie Gardner up 16 positions. She currently sits in 13th, so having a great run in this race. Looking to put a bit of pressure on Ayrton Smith here. So if you are watching in the chat and you want to know where your favourite driver is, just let us know. Plenty of cars out on track. It's going to be pretty hard to get every single car.
Ewan Baker with the quickest lap of the race. Oh, he's matched. He's actually matched Luke Swanstein.
Yeah, so I've got Baker at a 145.763 and Luke Swan at a 145.764. So,
wow.
Yeah, absolutely nothing in it between those two as far as the best laps go. And I tell you what's happened to McCartan?
Oh, we've missed some. Oh, he's gone through the pits.
Down?
His pit stop.
Okay, so possibly get this stop done early, get out into some clean traffic as Ayrton Smith there. Just lets Ali Gardner go through. Now up into 11th.
So Stefan's first through the lane, actually. So 5.7 seconds up on the jacks for Stefan.
That's one quick.
That's a stop, yeah. Bit of fuel, and off you go.
That's a pretty quick stop. There he is on screen. So he's rejoined in 22nd. So probably not the clear air he was after, that's for sure.
No.
Oh, there's a dive there from McCartan. Oh, that's turned a disaster. Simons. No, is it? No, it's not Simons. It's the other blue car, is it? Calling it all wrong. My bad. Chris Elson, possibly. We didn't see him in that first race.
Yeah, would be, yeah. He's just slipped back down behind Stefan now.
In fact, it was Mark Cochran, I think, that made that contact with McCartan there. We'll get it right in the end, Corey.
Yeah, but we will get there.
But McCartan...
Brady's...
So that's, mate, that is going to hurt big time.
Yeah.
Brady Stanley down pit road.
Yeah. About to say that, yeah, he was the next one down pit lane.
Is Guptill in there too? No, Hayden Guptill currently out on track. So pit stops taking place fairly early, to be fair. I didn't expect to see them this early in the piece as we see the battle here for second and third. Ewan Baker looking for a way past Gronwald.
Look, there's no need for tyres, so they're just taking some fuel, so you just got to make sure you get enough fuel to get home. So far, looks like Carl James has made a pit stop as well, and Stefan McCartan and their time up on the, their time in the pit lane and their time in the pit stop is pretty close.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a bit to get out.
No, you're alright. We see Baker here. Again, looking for a way past. He's going to get a good run out of the corner by the looks. And I'm loving that Koken livery there.
Yeah, it definitely stands out, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Corey Crossan now up into the 4th position. See him on screen now. Has Josh Mertens in that 35. Under a bit of pressure at the moment from Cleland. And Xavier Simmons up to 7th. Having a bit of run this one. Patrick, I'm assumed, has fallen down to 8th. Hasler 9th. Smythe into the top 10.
Yeah, 28 spots he's up.
That's a huge run from Graham Smythe in this one. Doing his best to stay out of trouble. Pick him up on
There's
screen.
a lot of big movers. There was a lot of decent sized movers through that middle of the field.
It's looking pretty clean out there at the moment. Field's starting to spread out around the circuit.
Ewan Baker giving it a go on Jack Bronwald.
He's got him too by the looks too. Oh, that's
With contact.
side
Was
by
that the
side
curb?
run here. Baker up the inside of Gronwald. Looks like he's going to get it done, but we know Gronwald, he doesn't give these positions away easy. He'll look to fight back here. Oh, it does exactly that, but Baker, he read it. And now a 3-second gap to race leader. So Luke Swan well and truly getting away out front. And that is one heavily damaged Porsche in front of these guys. I'm going to say that is Simons, yeah. Missing the rear wing on that car. Heavy damage, I dare say he's had a big one out there somewhere. I'll see if I can pick that up for us to have a look at this replay. This possibly is after the fact. See what this it's after the fact, and he's had another biggie. This one here just turns it round himself.
Oh, he's going to back in and lose the wingers.
Oh, look at that. No comment.
Yeah.
Ross, what's that, Buchan? The SB Tool cars just turns it round. It's it back on track. So we go back live. Apart from that, it's been fairly clean last few laps out there. Repairs done for Simons and back out on track now. Luke Swan, however, still leading the way here in race number 2. And that number 55 back in second. Baker starting to get a bit of a gap now to the 48 of Gronwald. Corey Crossan looks like he's under a bit of pressure here. Merton's looking to go the long way around.
Yeah, the Cardin's still the first of our cars that is stocked. So he's currently in P21. And I think he may have lost a little too much ground there with that spin. So it might quite possibly bring him back out around where Corey Crossan and Mertens and Cleland are at the moment.
There you go, Simmons with the quickest lap of the race. Xavier, that is. He currently sits in P7. This is a great little battle going on at the moment between Mertens and Cleland. Oh, is there a little bit of contact there, possibly? Mertens, however, moves back into 5th. Simmons will be loving this. This should bring him a little bit closer.
Yeah, just waiting his time.
I'd say he wouldn't be disappointed if those two in front of him got into each other. Claim a few extra positions. So you see here Dan Patrick in the 65. As Hasler up in front of him. Graham Smythe, I believe he's your biggest mover still. Up 28 positions, sits inside the top 10. Ellie Gardner up 17, Connor Brodie too. Up 17, and Connor Brodie is currently in 21st. Devon Stove up 16 and Ben Gorringe up 15.
Connor's been through the pits too, so look for him to gain a few more spots when everybody starts to cycle through.
And he's popped out behind Stefan McCartan. So there you go. Connor Brodie has got Brady Stanley. So Brady Stanley down pit lane, is he? Or is that him there? No, that's him there. Sorry, battling it out with Connor Brodie. So Stanley's been down the lane, yeah?
Yeah, he's popped out. Looks to be 3 spots behind Stefan. Corey Crossan just in the lane now, doing his pit stop on the way out. That's going to bring him out. Said it'd be around where Stefan was, so he's come out and just in front of Stefan. Well, there's a Phineas. No, he's gone behind Stefan.
Yeah,
so,
there you go. McCartan
right, yeah.
just passes him now at the end of that straight. So, in theory, Gronwald, Baker and Swan should all pop out. Maybe Mertens as well. Possibly all going to pop out in front of McCartan there once they get their stops done. It's Corey Crossan. Is he going to get a pass done here on the 51? Great battle going on at the moment. 11 laps in to the final race. Hey, is that you, Kempi? Are you done and dusted for the season?
Yeah, he's parked it.
No,
Is he in chat? He's in chat, is he?
yeah, it looks like he's parked it for the rest of the season. No deal. And out front, Luke Swan still 2.9 second lead over Ewan Baker. Of course, these guys yet to do stops. Currently 12 laps in here at Barcelona. We go back. First car to stop in the order looks like McCartan, isn't it? In 17th at the moment.
Yeah, McCartan and then Corey Crossan in behind him.
Well, moment for Cleland by the looks. Something has gone wrong for him there. We'll have a look. I don't think that was him all by himself. See what's unfolded here for Hamish Cleland. He's already had enough. There you go. Oh, so bit of contact.
Oh, I think 314. Who was Xavier? Yeah, he was pretty lucky to get around that. A little bit of gravel and gets it back on the track.
I'm going to say that was a little bit of contact with Josh Mertens, possibly in the 35. Who currently sits P4. And the question is when are these guys going to head down pit lane? It looked like you had done that all yourself there, Kempy. Just got on the grass, mate, spun the wheels and into the fence. So we see Baker on screen. 2.5 second gap now to Luke Swan. So a lot of work to do for Baker if he's going to try and track him down.
Probably best bet would be a bit of an undercut. Would be the game to play.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how long these guys save it before they do get this fuel all done and dusted. I don't think there's a window that they have to stop within, so they just definitely have to stop.
And Jaco Venter down the lane now, car 714. He was up 7 spots, so he's pitted out of P30. A few cars down the lane now. Nico Cordia down the lane as well, and Phineas Venter. Some interesting names coming up in Apologies if we don't pronounce them right, but do feel free to correct us anytime you come across us anyway.
No point being a track hazard. There you go from Kempy in the chat. Dan Patrick doing a good job in this one, sitting in 7th. Let's run through a bit of this field here while things are playing itself out there at the moment. Graham Smythe in P8, and your biggest mover in the race, up 30 positions. Monster drive from Smythe so far. Connor Brody up 21, Gardner up 18, along with Stove and Gorringe up 17. Hamish Cleland, we saw him in the wars just before.
You go Ewan Baker down the lane, so he's the first of the front runners to pit since Stefan. So it'll be interesting to see where he comes out and to where Stefan is.
Unfortunately, no. Liam, no lid skids as yet tonight. Surely we're going to get one at Daytona on Wednesday night. We'll be disappointed if we don't. Ellie Gardner down pit lane to get that fuel to get her home. Great drive so far in race number 2. She came down pit lane in P12. Devon Stove moves up to 11th.
Ewan's got back out there, and there's a couple of positions in between him and Stefan.
Yeah, just noticed that. So Baker in 10th after his stop.
16 seconds behind, looks like Stefan could be around about.
So expect Swan, Gronwald and Mertens, possibly even Simmons, to leapfrog McCartan after that spin. You can see him just in the background there, going for a recovery job at the moment. Sits P13 in the race. Corey Crossan, another one that has stopped, has popped out behind McCartan.
Yeah, Ewan Baker's obviously the first of the cars that have stopped now. He's running in P10.
There you go in the chat. How are we, Corey? How come you're not racing, mate? How come you're not a part of this field at the moment? So is that a challenge you're laying down there, Liam? As we see here, Aaron Watson currently sits P15. I'll tell you what, Simmons now up to 3rd.
Yeah, Gromwald
actually, down pit lane, sorry, just missed that.
Cleland down the lane as well.
So things starting to play out now in front of us. Gronwald, Baker's got out in front of him. Where does he pop out in relation to Cleland? Looks like he's going to stay in front of him for now.
Yeah, it looks like Gronwald's come out just in front of Stefan McCartan. About 4 seconds down the road.
Yeah, so we can see the gap there between those two. Baker, who is pushing on pretty hard at the moment, trying to see if he can get some sort of, well, at least close the gap to Luke Swan. Of course, Baker was in 2nd before the pit stops unfolded. Race leader though, Luke Swan's still out on circuit at the moment. So we'll just get rid of those stints. Oh yeah, fair call. Fair call. That Hyperfiber League. I believe you are the Virtual Racing Aotearoa representative in that. It's going to be a big race there, Corey, no doubt about that one. As we see here, Simmons. So who else has come down the lane? Well, Gronwald did.
Yeah, he's Stefan's actually gaining on him.
So first one to stop Ewan Baker in P7 at the moment. So we're watching Simmons close the gap to the back of Mertens. And Luke Swan though running away with it at the moment. 11.5 second lead. Of course, is still yet to stop, so be wanting a nice clean stop when it comes his turn. Baker now trying to do everything to close the gap. Sort of lap times we're seeing at the moment between them. Last time by for Swan a 1:45.930, for Baker a 1:46.349.
Yeah, close enough.
Groenwald 1:45.994. McCartan a 1:45.920. No, sorry, a 1:46.318. Swan down pit lane, is he?
Yep.
There you go.
In the lane.
That's why it's telling me his last lap was 25 seconds. Absolute screamer if that's the case.
Yeah, it looks like it's triggered all the front runners to come in. Josh Mertens, Xavier Simmons, all in the lane. That's, Graham Smythe is coming in. So obviously the fuel level's getting low enough that it's triggered everybody, apart from Scott Hasler, who's stayed out.
And Graham Smythe too, I believe. Another one. No, Smythe now dropping down the order. He's in pit lane.
Luke Swan looks to have got out in front of
How is that?
Ewan Baker.
Yeah, and comfortably too by the looks. So about a 4-second gap between Swan and Baker.
Yeah, Swan just getting around Scott Hasler.
So laps counting down. Only 4 to go in race number 2.
That gap is actually closer. Oh no, it's further apart. So he's actually, he's that gap's going to be too much, I think. 4 to go. I don't know if Ewan Baker is lightning quick enough to be able to catch up.
Hasler's out of fuel by the looks, Corey.
Oh, that's unlucky.
Scott Hasler, he has just pushed it a bit too far into the race, and I would say they're running on empty out there, trying to limp it home.
Yeah, well, they made that assumption when the top 5 cars come down the lane.
Yeah, all taking their chance. He's going to be lucky to get home. Let's look at Simmons on the back of Mertens in the background here. It's a great little battle. Hasler gets out of everyone's way, and that will be disappointment for Scott, no doubt about that. Just tried to get that extra lap. Perhaps maybe forgot to stop. Who knows?
Yeah, might have missed the old pit entry. But if he gets up to around here, it's all downhill into the pit lane, so he's going to make it.
He's going to be able to limp it home by the looks of things. Smythe.
Yeah, used to the old the other part of the circuit. Stupid chicane. Nobody likes that chicane.
So let's just, there you go, down pit lane. So it's going to get it done. And
he's going to roll up to his pit bay yet.
Yeah, that is true. But Swan at the moment was starting to stretch that lead out a bit. And Groenwald, he's a long way back from the back of Baker at the moment. So, mate, with only 3 to go, you'd think that podium is all but sorted out there. Some passing going on. Hasler dropping through the order, and that is certainly costly, down to 22nd now. Check out some of these cars where they are running on the circuit at the moment.
Actually, Connor Brodie, he's into the top 10, so he's up 30 spots. And Graham Smythe is also 30 spots, so that's between them 60 passing.
Yeah, that's hectic, eh? That's a lot of moves being made. Of course, Connor Brodie was certainly on the pace in season number 2 for the Carrera Cup this year. So he'll be looking to bounce back to form after tonight. Bit of contact in that first race, which pretty much ruined his night, but he's had a great run here in race number 2.
Yeah, it's looking good for Luke Swan. He's got a healthy lead back to Ewan Baker.
Yeah, Baker quicker last time by, but only by about 0.3. So you'd say that surely at the moment, 2 to go, Swan. He's definitely got a bit of time up his sleeve. Back to Baker. Groenewald in 3rd, and McCartan. What a recovery drive it's been from him, up to 4th now. Was started out of row number 5. He's got spun around after his pit stop, which put him on the back foot, but recovered well to currently sit in 4th and possibly... Nah, he won't be able to get to the back of Groenewald, you wouldn't think.
No, not 2 seconds in a lap.
He did go about half a second quicker last time by.
Yeah, well, he's close enough to be able to see him, so I guess that's enough motivation.
It's a bit of a battle raging here between Corey Crossan, Mertens and Simmons. And Mertens and Simmons pretty much been going at it all race. Brady Stanley recovering so far up to 12th. But a long way behind these guys. And white flag in the air now for race leader Swan. 2.6 second lead. Back to Ewan Baker. Watch this battle at the moment. What do we got here? 4th, 5th and 6th.
You'd expect Ewan to get home from here in P2 though, being the consistent cell. Well, be off.
Bit of a mistake there from Mertens. Runs a bit wide. Is he? Oh, I thought he for a moment there possibly slowing, running out of fuel, but seems to be going back on the pace again. So here Graham Smythe. Bit of pressure from Cleland at the moment. Cleland's got to get it done. Oh, there's Mertens again. So Mertens had another moment.
He might have cooked his tyres in that battle and lost a bit of grip. Cleland's going to have the inside here.
As we just pick up race lead, only a couple of corners to go for him now by the looks of things. Luke Swan is obviously just lifted off, no risks on this last lap because Baker closing that margin down to 1.7, 1.8 seconds. But Swan, one corner to go. And he is going to get it done. Race number 2 from Ewan Baker. And look at that margin between McCartan and Groenewald. Not a lot in it down to the line, but Groenewald, he's going to celebrate 3rd on the podium. McCartan, a great recovery drive, brings it home 4th. Simmons in 5th. From Crossan down to the line here, Smythe, holds out Mertens. Connor Brady brings it home 9th. From Dan Patrick in 10th. Oh, well. That race evaporated fairly quickly, to be fair, Corey.
It did, yeah. It didn't take long to smash out 20 laps.
So we bring up those results on screen. Sounds like Swan possibly... Oh, someone's celebrating. Not sure who it is. It's not Luke Swan anyway, but there is your list. The finishing order. And, going through that list, Ellie Gardner came home 14th. Great run in that race from her. Tammy Stein in 17th. Watson. So obviously a few guys missing their pairings. Of course, there is the Pairs Championship as well, is there not, in this?
Yeah, Teams Championship.
The
Yeah, we'll
Teams
be able to bring
Championship?
up points for that once they come up. So next week we'll be able to have a yarn at the start. We'll have some Teams Championship points to tell you about, and some championship points to whip out as well.
There's no burnouts from Luke Swan tonight by the looks, but he will be happy nonetheless. Kempe in the waiting room below us. He's decided that that's going to be it for the 98 for the season. Bit of a shame, but nonetheless. Groenwald out there. Someone is absolutely sending it. Looked like it was Mertens, perhaps. Burning up the rest of those tyres. We got race leader in. Is that all we're going to get? Corey?
Yeah, it could be just race winners, I think, for heat
tonight.
racing.
Okay, we'll get Luke Swan in and you can take it away.
And yeah, race 2 victory for Luke Swan. How was that, mate?
Mate, that was pretty fun off the start. I've got no idea how I've gone from, I think I started 8th or 7th, and I turned 1, so that's where it started, and just trying to set a consistent pace after that helped.
Yeah, you jumped 7 spots on the first lap. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, I have to get rid of the cheat codes for next week, mate. Honestly, I did nail the start. There was no bogging, or it didn't wheel spin, so I nailed it. But just everyone in front must have just, I don't know, bogged down or something. But yeah, I was really surprised by coming into the braking zone, being on the outside. I was like, oh, this could happen, and yeah, just lucky enough to pull it off.
You got to take it when it comes, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
And your tyres held out all right for 20 laps?
Yeah, they were fine. I actually had more trouble in race 1. I think I pushed them too hard and had my bias set a little bit too far rearward. So by the end of the set, I was starting to struggle with rear grip a little bit with overheating. I actually had a half spin at the start, which cost me first and second. But yeah, managed to still come third in that race, and in the 20 lap race, yeah, they held up fine. I think once I got out in some clear air, I just tried to manage the tyre temps a bit more, which really helped.
Well, congratulations on the race win for race 2, and we'll look forward to seeing you on track next week. But before you go, is there anybody you want to shout out, mate?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the team at 95 Sim Sport, into our sponsors, Racecraft, Turn-In Apparel, RSW Graphics, Racing Ears, and Prestige Simtography.
Awesome. That was Luke Swan. So that was your race winner for the second race here tonight. And I think we got Ewan Baker to bring in here next.
Yep, we'll drag him in, the Flying Scotsman. Take it away, Corey.
Ewan, so getting bridesmaid again for the second race?
Yeah, mildly disappointing, but honestly, coming into this series, being a car I haven't driven probably well over a year, so I wasn't expecting miracles. So honestly, 2 second places is a very solid way to start the season, and yeah, I can't complain too much.
That first race, that battle you had with Stefan over the last sort of quarter of the race was pretty awesome for us to watch. How was it for you, and did you think you had enough to get past him?
Pretty intense from my seat. I did think I had the pace, but it was just trying to set up the pass was a difficult thing. I had the edge on him on the braking zones, but he was just mega through the fast corners and the drive off of slow speed as well. So pretty much any chance of setting it up, he'd get a few car lengths on me, and by the time I got in the range to attack, it was just slightly too far ahead. I did have that one dive, and yeah, he defended it perfectly. bumped the side of him, and yeah, it was just not quite enough overlap to get it done. But it was a well-run race by Stefan, and I can never be too upset to get beaten by him.
Yeah, definitely pretty quick, and he was unlucky and had a bit of a spin, so it sort of put him out of the little group of the three of you guys that were up the front.
I did wonder what happened, because I saw he went for the undercut, and I thought perhaps he might have got caught up in traffic, which is why I was one to run it as long as possible. And when I came out and saw I had an 8-second gap, it's like, I must have just been caught up behind people, but spin explains a lot.
Yeah, well done on the P2s tonight. That'll cement second in the championship, at least for you. And anyone you want to shout out before we go?
Yeah, shout out to Kiwi Sim Racing, sponsor Speed Nation, InspireNet, and Scott Technology. So yeah, great to have those guys on board as always. And yeah, that's a good solid start to the season. Good jumping ground for the rest of it, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays out.
Awesome. Well done on the P2s, mate, and look forward to seeing you back next week.
Yeah, cheers.
All right. Last but not least, third place, Grindwald. I'll drag him in for you, Corey.
And that's a third place for Jack Grindwald. And that is how you say your last name?
Yep.
That's good. It's nothing worse than pronouncing something wrong.
Yeah.
How was that for you? You had a bit of pressure from a few guys and managed to get back around Stefan there at the first time. How was that for you?
It was pretty tough. Stefan was really fast, and I just knew I had to stay in front of him, otherwise he would probably pull away from me. So that was basically the whole goal there.
That first race, I think we looked at it, you were up 30 spots by lap 3, and so you were obviously passing a few cars.
Yeah, I didn't really do quali because I didn't actually know this race was happening until Lockie Brett told me during quali, so yeah.
Well done on a P3 and race 2 tonight. Anyone you want to shout out?
Side Ting Racing and Free Lockie Brett. That's about it. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks, mate, and we'll see you back here next week for
Thank
the
you.
next round.
Oh, well, there you go. Nice job, Corey. Well, that, mate, that about wraps it up here from Barcelona. Of course, round 1 of the Porsche Carrera Cup Championship Season 3. Of course, 10-round series for us in this one. Corey, I'll just see if I can...
Road Atlanta, is it next?
Is it Road Atlanta?
No, Nuremberg.
Nürburgring, is it?
Yep, that's right.
Oh, there you go. So make sure you do tune in for that one. And of course, don't forget tomorrow night, Kiwi Sim Racing 2-hour endurance series gets, well, I think we're into round 4 possibly for that at Long Beach, I believe. And I'm hoping that we get a bit of rain there. Would spice the race up for sure. So make sure you do tune in for that one. And of course, we head to Daytona this Wednesday night for the NSCAR Championship. So could we get a lid skid there, hopefully? Make sure you tune in to find out. But from us here tonight, that is all we have for you. Cheers, everyone, for tuning in throughout the night. Cheers to anyone who followed, any subs tonight. Appreciate it. And we will catch you all tomorrow night for that 2-hour endurance race kicking off